What we need from the younger members of the IR community is not only the ability to post things on Twitter every day, but also to infuse new blood into the system by learning how to become investigators, by learning how to review and to write papers, and to contribute to the overall ecosystem that is generating the new science that is changing the practice of IR. My expectations and hopes for JVIR are to continue the steep climb that it has been on for the past 20 years. There are ways that we can just ride the wave and continue with inertia, but there are also areas where we need to try harder. For instance, there are underrepresented IRs and IR communities out there that I'd like to reach out to more. My predecessor, Dr. Haskell, with Dr. Weiping Wang, set up JVIR China, where each full-length article in JVIR has its abstract translated every month into Chinese, so that IRs in China who may not be so facile with the English language can at least benefit from learning about the conclusions of each paper by reading the abstract in Chinese. I'm hoping to extend that also to the Spanish-speaking community in IR. In addition, there are global communities of IR that have not historically been well represented as authors or reviewers in the JVIR community. And so I'm hoping to reach out more as well, not only internationally, but also within the United States to underrepresented groups such as women, underrepresented minorities, the osteopathy community, the LGBT community, and as well as the private practice community, since the large majority of the readers of JVIR are actually in private practice and have different needs of a journal compared with people who are in academia. My first big project since taking over is to try to improve the quality of the graphics. So I actually have an undergraduate degree in art and worked as a graphic designer back in the analog days. And I think that also helped to steer my career into radiology and then eventually interventional radiology, because radiology is 99% visual input and pattern recognition and basically appreciation of visual input. So even though the text of JVIR articles contains a lot of good science, good writing, but when I myself read JVIR, I go through the table of contents, I read the titles, and then when I flip through articles, whether on paper or online, the next thing I look at are the figures. And a lot of times, based on whether the figures are interesting or not, that's how I decide whether or not to read the entire paper. So what I'm trying to do is to elevate the quality of all the figures of all the papers so that nonverbal visual communication and learning can play a bigger part in the value of JVIR.